What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging out, waiting on the stream to start. Those getting the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. With these live chats, you can take part right along with us. Wouldn't it be more fun to be able to chat in the live chat, right? So, wasn't certain if I was going to be able to go live here today. Had a relatively long midday, and was able to get here in time, to get situated. A little tired. Took a little quick power nap for 20 minutes. So, yeah, we're here. We're going to do a little bit of talking, a little bit of chatting. No specific topic today. That's why it's just, some random one-liner for the title, just for us to, shoot the shit like we normally do for a little bit. As far as sin of the day, I love it. Eros Energy. It's really good. It's like a candied lemon. I know some people have been saying they get more orange than lemon. I get a lot of the lemon, predominantly lemon. Lemon heads, lemon candy, candied lemon, whatever you'd like to say, with some tart and fruity black currant, a little bit of greens and woods and stuff like that. I really like this. I was shocked at how much I've started to really enjoy this one. The more I wear it, the more I like it. This is just such a great basic ass fragrance, because it is. It's basic. It's not special. It's been done before. It's a twist on a Ventus. A lot of people say Explorer in the dry down. Sure. Exactly to me, not really, but sure, I'll go with it. Definitely falls in the family, but I really like this more than something like a Mont Blanc Explorer. I don't find it as synthetic, something like a Mont Blanc Explorer, but sure falls into that family, and I love the hell out of it. So that's what we're rocking today. Becoming a Dumb Reach, quick and fast, Eros Energy. So let's see who's doing what here in the chat. We got 71 in the first 2 minutes. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up on your way in. It does indeed help. Latafa Assad, can't go wrong with that. Luis, good to see you, sir. No worries. No worries at all. Go Feeling Bank, Pacific Rock Moss. And for the evening of Ventus, because why not? It's a good way to look at it. Why the hell not, right? IBG, wearing Nazar Melanated. Never tried it. Sadrat Boise, goated. I need to get that in the rotation. Been a little while for myself. Roy, good to see you, sir. Too cold for blue here, but when I smell the bottle, I spray the bottle. Too late for you. Have a great stream. No worries, my man. No worries. Kara with a K. Wearing Boss the Scent. I'm assuming that's the EDT. You can't go wrong with any of them, though. The EDT, some good stuff. Kix Griffin, my man, is wearing Seraphine Blue. Kix Griffin approved FWO Wolfpack for life. And I'm assuming Yak Mob memes you already know. I'm assuming I should already know. And I think that's a safe assumption. Cody wearing Super Ligera. Again, like I was saying yesterday, always putting their best foot forward. I haven't tried it yet. I've heard so many good things. It's in the package from Miss Heather. I just haven't gotten around to opening that yet. Good to see you, Austin. Man, I was tweaking, checking for the live. Thought you weren't going to do it. Well, I wasn't at first. It was kind of a last-minute thing. Oh, God, yeah, it's top 5 in my collection. In my entire collection, Baby Cat's top 5. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It bumped Sadrat Boise down to number 6. It's in my top 10, most notably my top 5 in my entire collection. How are you? Angel Share, you can't go wrong there. Signature Tobacco. That's definitely going to be in my rotation. Once I start getting more fall-appropriate weather, I can't disagree with what this man has to say. Aqua di Gio Profumo, a masterpiece. One of the greatest designers ever, I think. Anyways, Rochas Absolute from 2002. Not familiar. Not familiar with that one. Gentleman Cologne's great, though. How are you? Spirit of Dubai Bahar. Never tried that. Good to see Ryan wearing the Envy of FOMO, which is very good. Did enjoy sniffing on that one this morning. Well, it might be a while before it gets to that. So it'll be a while before you consider buying it. I think it's that 100 ml is going to hover in that $70, $80 range at its cheapest for a while. So 50 ml, you might be able to get in that range sooner than later, though. Burberry Hero EDP. Damn, it smells good in the chat. LV Lovers. Have not tried that one. Let them know, Joel. Good to see you, sir. Buy Rados 2 days in a row. All right. Go ahead with your bad self. Latafa's Atlas, I think, needs to macerate. You're going nose blind. If you're about to tell me it's weak to you, you're going nose blind. And it's not it needs to sit. That shit's just too strong for your nose. Your nose specifically, your receptors are triggered and very sensitive to something in that fragrance. It happens to all of us with different fragrances. That's one of the ones for you. Because if you have just the gall and the audacity to sit here and say that, I'm joking around, by the way. It's just you're going nose blind to it fast, really fast. It doesn't need to mature to get strong. It's a beast from the first spray. Oh, yeah. Your nose is just wearing out to it quick. It happens. It happens. I can't smell Sauvage after 2 minutes. And I have a February 2015 Sauvage EDT bottle, the launch, the notorious monster of all Sauvages. I got that bottle. And that's why my shit goes nose blind so fast. I mean, 2 minutes tops. Gone. Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. They have been on fire. I forgot who I said it to in comment this morning that I need to start expecting their releases to just be among the best of the year until they prove that they're not going to put out one of the best designers of the year. Because the last 3 years, Hugo Boss, they've been coming with the heat. 2 days in a row, Moscow. Hey now. Right there. That's some good stuff. I keep hearing people tell me stuff about Nautica Voyage. No. Who put that out there for that to spread? I don't get Nautica Voyage. That is so much deeper than Nautica Voyage. For starters, that's minty and spicy. You know what's 2 things that Nautica Voyage is absolutely 100% not? Minty or spicy. If you want to tell me citrus, okay, sure. With Nautica Voyage, I get fruity. I get green apple. But spicy and minty are 2 things that, I'm sorry, nobody can tell me that Nautica Voyage is minty or spicy. There's no notes that support that, and I've never heard anyone say that ever before. So if you can tell me that to you Nautica Voyage is minty and spicy, then I'll start believing people when they say this smells like Nautica Voyage. Y'all wild. I'm not knocking what you think you're smelling. What you smell is what you smell, but it's such a disagreement for me. That's why I'm saying this, because it's very far-fetched to me. I don't get the relation. I don't. This is a lot of mint and spice. That ginger with the greens, it's a green, spicy mint smell. It's distinctively and strong and prominent and at the forefront in this profile for me. I can't be the only one. There's no way it's that strong and to me, and I'm the only one that smells that. And if you get that from it too, how does it smell like Nautica Voyage then? Food for thought. If anybody wants to get offended by what I'm saying, grow up. Don't get offended by this. This is my opinion, and I'm just sharing it. People get mad. People get mad when you go against their opinion, because it's my opinion, your opinion. I'm not saying whoever says that smells like Nautica Voyage. It's not that I'm saying you're wrong. What you smell is what you smell. I just disagree so much. That's why I'm saying this so passionately, because neither of us are right or wrong. If that's what you smell, fuck, that's what you smell. I sure don't, though. I don't at all. That's the moral of that story. So anybody that feels that it smells like that and is like, oh, what a dick, simmer down. Simmer down. It's okay. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed that. Pond number 9, Governor's Island. I've never even looked into that one. I've heard of it. I've just never looked into it. Verlasu, great choice. Great choice. Rick's in the house. Percent of the day. Fake Hawas Black. Oh, my God. So this is the same shit we went through with Hawas Ice. It's a Western release. Of course, everybody on the other side of the world's getting emails from Rasasi over there. It's like, we didn't release that. No, they didn't release it over there. They sure the fuck didn't. They sure as shit did not. It is not. Because with that email and this spread, because I've seen it all over Facebook. I've seen the screenshot on Joy Amin's Facebook group of the Reddit post that started all of this and where the email came from. It's always some rep, you know what I mean? But the thing is, it's just like with Hawas Ice, where it's a Western release before anything else, because we're the overconsumption side of the world that's going to go nuts and buy stuff like that. Case in point, that's what happened. And what this rumor mill is saying, that literally everybody that is selling it is buying fakes and selling it to, and I can tell y'all firsthand from the 2 reps specifically that I've spoken to, they came directly from the official Rasasi distributor. That's where these companies are getting these bottles. It is not fake. It is not a counterfeit fragrance that was thrown. That, you know what kind of legalities would be involved with that? Because that's a copyrighted name and bottle. That's not, you know what I mean? And people are like, oh, but people fake bottle, but there's always something a little different with the fake bottles, right? That's would be direct trademark infringement. You know, so I mean, copyright infringement. Is it trademark? That would be copyright. Be copyright infringement. So it's not. So anybody seeing this, please stop falling for that. Please stop falling for that. I have people arguing with me today about that. It's reality. This is reality. It is not a fake release. I'm glad you brought that up, Rick. I knew we were going to talk about it at some point. I'm glad we got to it early. No expense and made the greatest counterfeit fragrance known to man. They even filled with an amazing fragrance, right? Because if you like Hasavat, however you say it, it is fantastic. It's actually much smoother than either of the other Rasasi Hawas fragrances too. My only gripe about that fragrance is there's no Hawas DNA to be found. That's my only gripe. It's a monster. It's smooth. It's a great fragrance for what it is. As far as what it smells like, it's on the upper tier of fragrances that smell like that DNA. So I'm glad you brought it up, Rick, so we can go ahead and address that and get it done. I agree with you, though. Greatest counterfeit of all time, if that's the case, right? Ram Silver from Latafa. Udain by Latafa. I've never tried that one. Man, but where is it at? Right here. This is legit. So I saw some people say Leighton, and look, as it dries down, I do get a little bit. I mostly get Carlisle early, but I do get the Leighton tie-in people speak of. Not loads of it, but I mean, this surprises me that this is a Boss bottled fragrance. It's so good. It's so good. It's phenomenal. They are like, when it comes to making winter fragrances, cold weather Boss flankers and Boss the Scent flankers, they kill it. Boss the Scent Magnetic, Boss the Scent Elixir, Boss Bottled Elixir, Triumph Elixir too is fantastic. And then now this, man, that's what I'm saying. I should just, God, this smells good. I should just start expecting their releases to be up there. Just go into it with high hopes. That way they have room to disappoint me this way. So if they disappoint me, I can get the emotional immediate response. That'll just be just a sheer disappointment. You're quicker to shit on something, right? When it's you're just so disappointed. So if the bar is set high, which they're currently setting the bar high, they don't go over that bar, it's going to be a big letdown. We're going to talk about how big of a letdown it is, right? So that could be some fun in the future because they're going to have a miss. It's inevitable. They're not just going to keep getting better and better and better. It's designer fragrances. That's the inevitable's coming. The inevitable's coming. They're going to have a flop, which some people feel like Boss Bottled Parfum was. I think that was really good, actually. Very green herbal leather fragrance. I actually quite like it. Wild Parfum, scent of the day, BOP. I'm assuming business over pleasure. If so, great. Ooh, you are wearing one of my favorites. I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised you didn't get a notification. YouTube's bad about that. But you're wearing a great fragrance, though. Yes, sir. Indeed. Good to see you, Quest. DR Home 2020. Wondering why I never get the notification. He was like, I don't know. Kara just said the same thing. You got it right. So Yak Mob is you already know mob. Now I know. Apparently I already knew. But just in case I didn't already know, now I already know. You know. Ronaldo Legacy. I haven't tried that one yet. It does. It really does. The only difference to me is the quality. I think as far as the way it develops and the profile itself, I think they did really good with creating the profile, replicating the profile, really. It's the quality difference. Yeah, they refuck it. It's fantastic. Never tried that one. Caitlin, good to see you. Never tried that one either. Yeah, I do. They're similar in the dry down. Like, I see where people are coming from. I don't think they're exactly the same, but I get the relation. It's undeniable. I like this better. The opening's better. If the dry downs are similar, but the opening's better, Eros Energy's the winner, right? Good to see you. So I know you heard my rant. because they are legit. That's what I'm saying. Perfume box is where my bottle came from too. So all the ones from Fragrance Buy are legit. The legitimacy they're talking about is that none of them are real. It's not a real release, is what they're saying. It's not about certain ones being fake. They're saying all of them are, which is not true. Wanted by Night. Hell yeah. I wonder if Fragrance Buy still got it in stock. It was like $80. They had some 100 mLs not long ago. Very recent. Yeah, it's easy to. I go nose blind to it. It takes about 30 minutes for me to start going nose blind. It's crazy strong. Crazy, crazy strong. Jack of Clubs. I go nose blind to a lot of my fresh fragrances. Some certain ones really get me. Sauvage EDT is notorious. EDP does it to me as well, but not as quick as the EDT does. Good to see you, Jay. I think I did it. Yeah, you absolutely did. The shoulder is like 8 times. No wonder. Dude, 2 sprays will make you go nose blind with that one. 8 sprays? You overloaded the shit out of your nose. Hell yeah, man. That's definitely what happened. So I have to ask, what made you alter your name? I wanted to ask you, when was your last win, a.k.a. Hot Grease? What made you change it, man? So it used to be Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease. Tommy Bahama St. Kitts, all the Tommy Bahamas are good, man. I don't care what anybody says. For $20, they're hard to beat. Most of them are $20. Coach Platinum, pretty run-of-the-mill profile, but I love how it smells. Steel at the rack stores. Yeah, pineapple, vanilla, a little bit of some amberwood. I was about to say suede. Suede's in the original. Nitro Red's a great fragrance. Never tried it. Not familiar with it. My favorite elixir, that's kind of tough because they're all pretty damn good. Because it's hard not to throw some respect on Sauvage Elixir's name right here and now. I think I need to throw it on Sauvage Elixir. That's the one that really started the elixir madness. I'm going to put some respect on Sauvage Elixir's name and say Sauvage Elixir. Least favorite. Let me think. It's tough because they're all good. I can't think of one that's like, eh. I really don't have an answer for least favorite because nothing's coming to mind that I could say is like, that one's just, eh. Yeah, I don't have an answer, but I'm going to say the best one's Sauvage Elixir because it earned it. That one deserves the respect. Never tried it. Probably Mancera Silver Blue. It's a deeper fragrance overall. Both, they're definitely similar. Both are good. Definitely redundant. But I would say Silver Blue. I'm going to have to mute this because I'm fighting a sneeze back right now. If I'm about to sneeze, just know I'm going to click mute so you guys... Okay, it went away. All of a sudden, my nose started tingling like I was about to sneeze. That's your first one. So, Boss Bottled Absolute? Man, you started off hot. A lot of stuff, a lot of Boss Bottled fragrances are going to be disappointments now if you start exploring the line. A lot of them will be disappointments versus that because you started off hot. Signature Rose and Black Rose. Leaning more towards Black Rose. See, I'm a Rose guy. That's my second favorite from the house behind Seraphine Blue. Seraphine Blue and Rose are both in my top 5. I love those fragrances. I love those fragrances. But Black Rose, great for the weather that some of you are already getting. I'm not getting yet, but it's warm, spicy, woody, resinous, just so warm, spicy rose. It's really, really good. Much more masculine than Rosé, but Rosé is just a masterpiece to me. Oh, God, to me, absolutely. Absolute. That's not even a comparison, in my opinion. That's not even close. I'm sorry to hear that it let you down. I think it's great. What is Aza Ocean Breeze? I'm not familiar. Loman Y'all. I couldn't remember. I couldn't pronounce that name right yesterday to save my life. That's the name I was trying to say yesterday, guys, for the Mind Games French Defense clone. There you go. Exactly. Superleggera is a fake too, right? Remember that? That was, what, a month and a half ago? 2 months? Yeah, X Fragrance Net had it cheap for the Jacques Foth fragrances. You ever see any Jacques Foth out there for $20 to $30? Just grab it. It's worth a dice roll. That brand is so good. Never tried anything from them. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's according to what's being said. Yeah. Eric, good to see you, my man. Zerzhoff, I'm assuming Torino 22. Glad to have you, my man. Good to see you, Gary. Armani, strong with you. EDT, you can't go wrong there. Hard with the hurricane. How's it? We're good. We're good over here. We didn't take the kind of damage that a lot of other places did. We never lost power over here or anything. I went to Louisiana, and I know if I would have stayed, it would have kept drifting, and we would have got the bad side. Since we left, it curved right into that big bend again, just like the last two did. So it was all good here. One road flooded, and that was it. Nobody lost power or anything like that. It was nothing crazy over here in PCB. Mo, good to see you. Y.O. Freight, damn good fragrance. Let them know, sir. Let them know. So very overlooked. I agree. It's all good, my man. It's all good. You can say TLTG. You can say Ross. So that both of those are my name. So not too bad. I can't complain. Went over everything with my new coach. Finally getting with John. Instead of starting November 1st, we're going to start, well, technically today, October 1st. We're going to do some recomposition work, build a little bit more while starting to trim down slowly. Because I bulked up quite a bit. I'm up 35 pounds from weigh-in for my show. I'm not fat. So that's some fluid and everything. But realistically, probably of that 15 pounds, I would say 15 pounds of it's probably lean muscle. Put a lot of muscle on. I would say the other 20 pounds is a combination of water retention and a little bit of body fat. So we're going to start doing a recomp. So that's what's new, by the way. How's everything and what's going on? That's what's going on with me. Went over everything. He's building the new plan because we're going to recomp for the next 2 months, this month and next month. And then I don't know exactly when in December, but we're going to start 16-week prep in December to start getting ready for the shows. So that's what's going on with me. About to alter my meal plan and everything. So, things like this are going to stop getting snacked on. So that's empty, by the way. Finished that a little while ago. So Boss Bottled Absolute, the newest one. I'm really torn between saying this is my favorite designer release of the year over Gentleman's Society Extreme. I'm back and forth. I think I'm just going to say they together are my two favorites. My top three designer releases of the year. Two of them are Hugo Boss. Boss and Elixir. This and Gentleman's Society Extreme are my three favorite designers released this year. Hugo Boss has been in my top three every year the last 3 years for designer releases, at minimum. Two in the top three this year. It's kind of like a leather-based Carlisle. Because you do get some leather here. It's a softer leather. It's a little animalic. It's not too rough and tumble, but it's a little animalistic. Little bit of rawhide smell going on with Carlisle. That sweet meets resinous, nice cedarwood note. It's not a cheap cedarwood. It's rich, so rich, super oil sheen on the hand. I've washed my hands like 4 times. And directly scrubbed this to get it off too on both of them. I got the FOMO fragrance off. Boss Bottle Absolute. Still a skin scent. Can still smell the resins and shit. This stuff is 2 to 3 sprays. Crazy sillage. And hangs on for dear life like glue on your skin. No matter how much you try to scrub the damn thing off. So, yeah. That's an awesome, awesome release. Seconded. Yes, I agree. The Hedonist, upgraded niche version of YSL L'Homme Ultime to my nose. Shocked I never heard of it. I've heard of it. I've just never tried it. Very good stuff. Noted. Alan, good to see you, sir. It's amazing. Ocean Mist from Desora. I still need to get a bottle. Dedrick turned me on to that one. Ever of not one Hugo Boss fragrance? That's kind of crazy. I'm surprised. Great. All-time great designer house. Mid-level stuff. They got a lot of good stuff to offer. Polos and Jays, my man Marcus is in the house wearing saffron colonies. I saw your post earlier. I didn't know it was the saffron flanker. I thought it was just regular colonies because I hearted the post on your stories. Man, that's one of the best fragrances I picked up this year. Oh, is that good? My God, warm weather. So good. So good to me. Did I mention so good? That fucking fragrance is awesome. It's been a great year for me with pickups, not just counting new releases, just in general. One of the better years of like picking up some serious additions to the collection. I've got so many fragrances, it's unreal. I have more than many people's lifetimes over, but I never thought, for a guy that likes variety, I got a lot of variety in my fragrance collection, that's for sure. A lot of good stuff. That being a superb option. Superb. You hear me? I think it's my favorite Nichane fragrance over Ani. I think it's Dethroned Ani is my favorite from the house. It's too good. It's too good to me. Triumph of Bacchus, dear God, man, the resemblance with Carlisle is there, but so much easier and more wearable. It's like beige Carlisle. So you must be one that thinks Carlisle and red tobacco smell very similar, because normally people say it smells like red tobacco. And then I see all over the internet people say red tobacco and Carlisle smell similar, which I get I think like 30-40%. Like I can see where they're coming from, but I've never thought they were that close. But I would take Triumph of Bacchus over both red tobacco and Carlisle. That's a masterpiece. I don't know if Christian's ever going to top that. And he's got some stellar offerings. I don't know if he can top it. Whew. Speaking of things I don't know if people can top, I don't know if Pierre Montal can top that in his Montal house. Mancera, its own set of releases. But as far as Montal as a house, Honey Oud is a masterpiece. That is a phenomenal effort for mixing oud with honey, cinnamon, vanilla, amber. It's just so good. That's a great option. You did really good there. Crazy strong, too. I think it's actually the best one from Femme Parfums. I think it's better than Gary's Den. And that's a spicy Dior Homme Parfum. Just really good. Like, I'm still surprised there's no fir balsam note in there because it's a very resinous green smell. Like the way the clove comes across with carnation and the other notes in there, it comes across much greener than the notes would indicate, to me anyways. Like, I really thought it was like fir balsam heavy. Not even listed. A lot of cloves, though. Clove bomb at the top. If you don't like clove, you'll think it's terrible and think I'm crazy. But if you like cloves, which I do, it's a bomb in the opening. Great Dior Homme Intense clone. JT, good to see you, sir. Galan L'Homme Ideal Sport. I'm so happy you're wearing that. Nobody gives that no love. What an interesting way to do an aquatic, an almond aquatic. That's been the stepchild of that line ever since it came out. It's actually pretty damn good. That's one of the most unique aquatic fragrances I've ever smelled. You get a soft live stream clap, sir. Great choice. My favorite barbershop fragrance is at the Barbers. I think it's just perfect. Mason Margiela replica at the Barbers, I think it's perfect. I don't think there's a better representation of at the Barbers. It's named right, it smells right. Now, as far as the most challenging fragrance, I don't know. I think because of the nuclear activity that I get from Dark Orchid from Amarud, I gotta say that, because it's literally one spray is overwhelming. It's because I look at challenging is how much of a challenge is it for me to wear it, not how weird does it smell or something like that, you know, because I've got some weird smelling fragrances that I really appreciate. It's just challenge for me is like really hard for me to wear it because it's just too much for effort for me to wear it. Dark Orchid is that for me, and it's beautiful. It's niche black orchid basically, but it's just overwhelmingly strong. And I don't know who else gets that kind of potency from it, but it's like the strongest fragrance I have. On me, it's outrageously strong. Something like that, I'd have to say. Sally knows it all, my main man. YSLY Elixir. Good to see you, sir. Day 3 Escandalo. That's a beautiful release from Day 3. Shout out to the mic. I sure did. If you have a similar foot size to me, somewhere in the realm of 8 to 10, They're in the low 1-teens on Goat. Like my size 8.5 is like 114 or some shit right now. Yeah, I reviewed it like 2 months ago. Before they officially released, I had them. Speaking of, the Baron 12s came in today, finally, from StockX. They were cheaper at StockX. I bought them, almost 2 weeks ago. They just came in today. Doesn't matter if it's Goat or StockX. Shit takes forever. If you don't pay extra for the expedited shipping, it's stupid. So, but tomorrow's video on the Sneaker Channel is the Jordan 12 Wolf Gray / Barons colorway. I haven't opened them yet. Pretty excited. Manhattan Midnight. I'm waiting for it to cool down so I can put that in my rotation too. Boss Bottled Night, Smoky Bar Soap. Great choice. I could see that. I could see that being an issue. Trey Nui from Arm Off just received a Hall of Honor and Glory, Spectre Wraith, Spectre Ghost, and Norstag Duh. Oh, watch out with your bad self. Duh is their version of Leighton. That's a good one. All of those are really good. I think Twa is my least. It's still my least favorite. The one that's like Imagination. It's really not that much like Imagination. The other three are better, I find. Saga, good to see you. Latifah's Comra, great choice. Nerd Says is wearing something that, in my opinion, is Mount Rushmore worthy in Bleu de Chanel Parfum. That is what's the blue fragrance? Goat right there. Your soft live stream clap, sir. Excellent choice. Torino 22, hell yeah. So I'm saying it's hard not to put the respect on Sauvage Elixir's name if we're going to talk about the best elixir. It's like, man, that's the one. That was the game changer. That was the impact maker. It's like you gotta give it some respect, you know. So guys, well, here we go. They're saying the ones without the Rasasi on the caps are the fake ones. See, I was seeing people saying it was, in general, it's just not a real release. That's the stuff I've seen, and the stuff that has been said to me directly. And it's like, no, it's incorrect, false. Mine says Rasasi on the top of the cap. I know what you're talking about with just their inscription in the script, the way it says Rasasi. Pardon? Can't go wrong there. That's fair, because I'm going to probably do my 5 worst releases of the year, and that's going to have to be in there. Even Sauvage 04's going to be in there, even though I like it. I agree it's not one of the 10 best designer releases of the year. So I do like the new Sauvage. And I caught a bunch of flack for that. It's fucking weird. So what if I like it? Why does that bother people? Why does that bother people? Mental illness, it's real. But, you know, that's 2 of the ones that I think will, you know, fit in the worst releases of the year. You know, even though there really hasn't been a bad release, there's just so many better releases. So let's see, we go. Seconding. See, a lot of people are saying it. Least favorite is Boss Elixir. I was not expecting that. A lot of people praise Boss Bottle. I'm assuming you mean Boss Bottled Elixir. A lot of people praise that one. That's fair. Shagaf Oud, Brioni Intense. So, let's see. Up, Triumph Bacchus, hands down. Thinking about picking up Boss Descent Magnetic. I seen powdery and vanilla and wanted it. Now look, it's got this brand absolute. It's almost like you ever been in a wheat field before? That dry, almost grainy, hay-like kind of smell. Walking through a field of wheat on a ranch or at a farm. Probably more like a farm, but in a wheat field, I have actually. That's what it reminds me of. From the start, the first time I smelled it, I was like, it smells like wheat. I get that from it with Brand Absolute. It's very distinctive. I thought that was the best designer release of that year. 2022, I believe, is when it came out. That was my favorite designer release that year. It's really freaking good. Was it 2022? No, it was last year. It was last year. That was my second favorite because Spice Bomb Infrared EDP was my favorite. So Boston Magnetic was my favorite until the Spice Bomb Flanker came out. So this year, not the case. Dark leather I like more than most people do. I like dark leather, but it can't touch the Boss fragrances that came out this year. But, I mean, powdery and vanilla, and it indeed is. It's some of their best work. Like I said, they've really been doing a great job with these releases. So, guys, I'm going to skip down. I have to. I'm so far behind. Danielle, I see you in here. Good to see you. Dan, not the man. No, not at all. I can take my blood pressure right now if you'd be interested. My blood pressure cuff's right here. I take my blood pressure all the time. I stay on top of my health monitors and my blood work, and I donate blood every 8 weeks, whole bag, whole blood, technically, because I don't just do platelets or red blood cells or anything, or plasma or anything like that. I do whole blood every 8 weeks. On October 8th is my next round. Keep my hematocrit, your blood viscosity, for those of you that don't know what that refers to. Cholesterol's good. A1C is good. My blood glucose levels are good. Everything's good. I stay on top of everything. Yep. Thanks for asking. But no, I don't have any. On a regular basis, my blood pressure is high normal. Anywhere in the low 120 to 128 range. Systolic, diastolic's usually between 65 and 75. So I'm high normal. Not pre-hypertension or anything like that. High normal is where I'm normally at. So pulse is always in a good spot. Thanks for asking, though. But yeah, you got to monitor those things because there's diet adjustments to fix your cholesterol to where you don't have to get on statins. There's diet adjustments to make to where you don't necessarily have to get on blood pressure medication. You don't just want to go straight the medication route if you're having those issues. I'm not sure why you're asking. Maybe that's a concern for you. Feel free to elaborate, but there's diet and lifestyle adjustments, cardio, even bulking. I do cardio 5 times a week, 45 minutes in the morning. I won't do cardio on my 2 days off that I don't lift, Wednesday and Sunday. I don't do cardio because I give myself a break because I've been lifting really heavy. Now that my joints are healthy again, so my joints were dried out for prep and everything. So I got my joints back healthy, and I'm lifting a lot heavier and even more intensely. So my body's beat the hell up on my days off. I need my 2 rest days. So I don't even do cardio those days. Never tried it. Not familiar. Not familiar at all. I sure appreciate that. Good. Thank you for coming to say hello. Boss Bottle is your favorite. So this one, Boss Bottle Absolute, it's immediately my favorite one. Elixir was my number one. This is my number one now. It deserves it. It's too good. I used to cut nearly 25 pounds for wrestling. Pretty insane just how much water your body can hold, especially if you're a bigger dude. Oh, God, yeah. Like, we're going to be recomping. We're starting everything fresh over the weekend. Like, I'll have my plan on Friday, and I can tell you by next weekend, I'll be down 8 or 9 pounds of water. Just like that, with the carb adjustment and everything that we're going to do. And, yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to have more guidelines. I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy right now. I mean, snacking on stuff like this is going to get cut out. We're going to get stricter on the meal plan. I'm going to stop bulking and start recomping because I've been bulking. My rebound after my contest, after about a month, started turning to more of a lean bulk. And then the last 6 weeks, I've really been bulking at a pretty hefty surplus. Lately, the last 2 weeks, I've been anywhere from 3,500 to 4,000 calories. Because I only burn 400 calories for cardio in the morning. So I'm still doing over 3,000 calories every day. My maintenance level is 25 and some change, 2560 or something. 2,560 calories a day. So I've been doing on average 1,000 calorie surplus every day. And I'm very carb sensitive. I can gain water retention quick with some carbs, even without processed sugars and crap like that. All right. Skipping on down. I don't have a Saints pendant. I don't know what the actual fuck you're talking about. That is a dumbbell. This is a shirt with a fleur-de-lis, as well as the Crucial Catch, one of the 970 stretch snap for this year. But yeah, I don't have a Saints pendant, but who dat right back at you. All right, skipping on down. Never smelled red tobacco, but I pick up pieces of Carlisle, especially in the opening, quite different. I take this over. Oh yeah, that peach and apple. It's probably the apple. because you get a lot of apple in Carlisle. That's where a lot of the sweetness is from that. So I can see the relation. Been bathing in Layton as I work the day away, and you smell great. That's for sure. Versatility, you're going to want Moscow Mule. The Envy of FOMO is going to be a little bit more challenging than that. I think it's great for the seasons that are upcoming, but that's a little bit more challenging. Not super challenging, but a little bit more. I don't have a full review on it. That's why you haven't seen it. Rank Initio. I don't own any Initios. I've tried several of them. I've had decants of several of them, and none of them have moved me to want a bottle. So none. Comes from me, but you got me excited. I love it. I love it. I wore it all day yesterday. Just experience. Just experience. The more you smell, you start to decipher different things, understanding what's supposed to smell like what, and individual oils is a good way to start. But even if, like, let's say you try strictly Haitian vetiver, now when you start blending it with other notes, that could change what the accords are going to come across as. So it's repetitive smelling. It's reps is what it comes down to, repetition. And some are better at it than others. Some can pick things up quicker. Some people, it's more of a challenge. Everybody's different, just like how we all get different accords and have different skin chemistry. And it's the same. It falls right into it. Not everybody's going to have the same nose for the same types of things, with picking out different accords and even specific notes. Specific notes is much more of a challenge, but that's what it comes down to, getting familiar over time with more and more repetition and smelling. I've smelled thousands and thousands and thousands of fragrances at this point. I own a few thousand bottles alone, but I've smelled probably 4 or 5 times what I actually have. I mean, I'm probably in the range of probably 7,000 or 8,000 fragrances I've smelled, in that range. And there's hundreds of thousands of fragrances. It's crazy. It is wild. Oh yeah. Yeah, I had to get them. I had to. I absolutely had to. I will own those. I'm getting the Orchid 4s. I'm getting the Fear 4s. I still need to grab the White Thunders. I wasn't in a rush to get them. I didn't feel like it was dire straits to have them immediately. But the Fear 4s and the Orchid 4s I'm getting this month. And then when November rolls around, of course, I can't wait to get the Black 214s. They look so true to the original's form. Makes me think of 8th grade all over again. Those Black Toe 14s. I've never owned the Black Toe 14s. I got a few pairs of 14s. Not those. Not the very first ones. I'm so excited about those. Haven't tried any of them. Good to see you, sir. That's up to you. They're not identical. Club de Nuit Limited Edition is smoky and very fruity, whereas Hawas Black is not that smoky. It's a drier green. It's more cedar wood mixed with oak moss. It's not all that spicy, which limited edition Parfum is not spicy at all. Because Hawas Black is more like Hachibat than it is Aventus, whereas limited edition is more Aventus. So that's what it comes down to. I agree. I'm down with that. I love it. Oh, damn. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. So we're going to skip on down. E, good to see you, my man. Another one wearing Prada L'Homme in the chat. Hell yeah. Dutch, what's going on, my man? Romeo and Juliet by Bold Label. I did see your post earlier on IG. Not as bad. No, it's not terrible. I gave it a 6.5, better than good. It's not bad. It's just not as good as the rest. Yeah, they had an opportunity to really kill it, and they dropped the ball on that. Good to see you, Montrese. Oh, yeah. I've been through multiple bottles. Love that fragrance myself. Absolutely love that fragrance. Quest with the $5 super chat. Who did it better in your... Oh, Sting. Not even close. Warrior was a terrible worker. He was not good. He was just charismatic and a unique lightning in a bottle type of character. May he rest in peace. But, yeah, Sting's actually good at the business. That's why he's had the longevity he's had. Yes, not even close. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Stop it. Stop it. You don't mean that. Y'all don't mean that. Y'all aren't actually wrestling fans if y'all think that. Come on. That's fair. Not really. Because Sting, do you remember Joker Sting from TNA? That's some of Sting's best work. Sting's so multifaceted. I haven't seen the first two, so probably not. So there's more involved than just doing low carbs all the time, because once you're flat and depleted, you'll hit a wall and you'll stop losing weight and you're lacking energy and all that different stuff. And you need to do a refeed where you got to carb up. So there's a lot more involved than just eating less carbs. I mean, it's still a good way to go about it, but you want it to fluctuate. It depends on your goals, really. A lot more involved. It's a more complex answer than you would think. Great choice. Great choice. Let's see, skipping on down. I sure appreciate that. Keep up the phenomenal job. Good series videos help me through the tough days. Well, I sure appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm glad I can provide some value for your day. That's a great fragrance. It's stronger than blue, I think. Newt, good to see you. Loaning y'all Aventus, Absolute Aventus clone. Oof. That's kind of tough. Probably Broke from Significant Other, number 6, track 6. Look it up. All good, all good. Deleted the comment, but once it's on StreamYard, it's on StreamYard. It won't come off because I'm pinning them from a third party streaming piece of software. Of course, there's redundancy amongst them. Club Dinwiddie per show smells very much like Absolute Aventus. Hawas Black smells like Nishane's Hachibat. And Club Dinwiddie Limited Edition Parfum smells like Aventus. So there's redundancy, but all three of them are very different enough from one another to have all three. Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know. It's easier to try to formulate certain accords and just paint a picture for what you're smelling. That's what I like to do. Just, this is what it smells like. Whatever comes to mind. You can smell it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready for them, man. I am so ready for them. Ginger Dash. Oh, you're rubbing it in now. I'm sure the Killian is better. I can tell you right now without having smelled it. The original is going to be a better fragrance. I haven't been wearing a lot of J's lately either. Because I don't like to, if I'm going to do anything that's going to have me active on my feet, like doing the ab wheel or obviously training legs of any kind, I don't wear any of my J's because I ain't trying to crease them. Because I'm at the gym most of the time. That's where I'm wearing a lot of my sneakers. Now, my AE1s and stuff and foams, that's different. I rock them to the gym. Jordan 1s, I don't mind creasing my Jordan 1s. It's just something about Jordan 1s being creased at the toe. It just looks right. It always has to me. That's the one pair of J's where I'm like, yeah, these can get creased. It's cool. It's all good. Whether it's low tops, mids, or high OGs. High OGs being better because it's a softer leather. And when it's a soft leather, it just looks right to be worn in a little bit, That's where I got mine from. It was out of stock this morning, but they had 50 ml and 100 ml. That's where I bought them. Man, I can't wait, dude. They look so much better than the last time they released. The shape, the tumbled leather on the side panels, they look so much better. So much closer to the originals. I've heard people say that. Vanilla Oud the biggest difference is that oud funk. Saffron's a bit leathery. There's elements that are different between the two, but they're both smoky, spicy vanillas. The basis of them are the same, but there's supporting nuance and elements that are different. All right, so we're going to skip on down. Ultimate Warrior wasn't much of an in-ring worker. No, for sure. when it comes to marketing and merchandising. His ideas were laughed at in the 80s, but now common practice. Very good depiction. Pretty spot on there, Rick. Oh, Reisiger, Attraction Fatale. I still haven't tried it. Your Wife Hijacked It. That's a good one too. John, I think it was John C. recommended that one. It was a hell of a fragrance. I got that 30 ml. Pretty close, because Supremacy Not Only Intense is a monster too. Not what and what. I'm sure any differences I would say between the two is just nose fatigue. They're both crazy strong. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe lean Hawas Black. It's pretty damn strong. One of the stronger fragrances I've sprayed in a while. That's what I'm saying. Jordan 1s at the toe, it just looks right. That's the one pair of J's. I mean, that it just looks okay. Like it should be like that. I haven't tried many, but I mean, it's hard not to say Tigar. But then again, I haven't tried enough to say anything else either. Ultimate Warrior, aka the Ultimate Jabroni. So I'm sure that's coming from Young Rock with the segment for Iron Sheik. You want me to go take care of Jabroni Ultimate Warrior? That's what you're. That scene. That's where that comes from. The Jabroni Ultimate Warrior. Watching Young Rock will make you love the Iron Sheik because it's depicting how he was off, backstage. Sheiky baby, that's hilarious. That's got to be where you're coming from with that, because I immediately thought of that. I don't know why, because I'm not like that with it. Appreciate your honesty. Favorite 3 homage. So that would be this one first and foremost, Epic Man. Epic Man, Reflection Man, and Boundless. That's my 3 favorites. Believe it or not, Boundless is my favorite tobacco fragrance from them. Over Journeyman, over Royal Tobacco. Yeah. God, I love this so much. This is probably my favorite. I go back and forth with this and Reflection Man, but sniffing it makes me want to say this is my favorite. I love Epic Man. And I find this DNA is in most of their fragrances. Like this profile is kind of like the thumbprint for their base DNA. Thank you for the super chat, though. I don't own any Spizikes. I've never bought a single pair. Those ones that are like the Houston Oiler ones, those solid like True Blue ones that came out not that long ago, those look dope. Just like all baby blue. Wouldn't mind getting those. Some look good with the crease, some don't. Real sneakerhead 80s and 90s kids can only relate to that talk. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, so I forgot to mention the burnt Band-Aid. So it's Band-Aids with brown sugar poured on them, set on fire, according to Josh. Yeah, you have to gotta say it right. Noted. Great choice. That is one of my favorite releases of the year. Hands down. What a great versatile fragrance. That is so good. More versatile than Strapoise, I think. Which I never thought I would say about another Mancera fragrance. I'm digging that one. I love that fragrance. It's Selly's fault that I got that one. He sold me on it, and I love it. Favorite Chopard would be Cedar Malaki. That's phenomenal. Woody aromatic green. It's a little smoky. Animalic is going to have a little bit of a rawhide, like leather smell most of the time. Oud can have a bit of an animalic smell as well as musk, but it's kind of difficult to describe specifically. It's kind of this rawhide, slight funkiness. It's kind of difficult to really articulate what I mean exactly. It's kind of a tougher answer than you would think to really describe what I mean when I say animalic, because I know what I mean without articulating it when I say it. When I smell like, ooh, that's very animalic. A little touch animalic. Like when I'm referring to leather accords specifically, it's when it smells more of a natural rawhide smell. Like think of like a leather saddle for a horse or something, like real leather, not synthetics. That's isn't dyed or anything like that. That natural, fresh, raw leather smell. When I'm referring to a leather accord, That's the bar that I'm measuring with, basically. I'm trying to paint the picture the best I can. Hangs around so a long time. My liking. I prefer it because it's creamier, slightly sweeter. Yeah, and this is the gentleman that caused me to buy it in the first damn place. So it's Joel's fault why I love that one. Similar to Derege. I'm not familiar enough with Derege to be able to do so, unfortunately. My apologies. They're crazy expensive, too. I've seen the prices on those. They are crazy. Yeah, I still need to get sangria, but we're moving into fall weather. That's why I'm not in a hurry to get it now, because I would be shelving it. Oh God, yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. I have 41, 42 bottles of Mancera alone. Just Mancera. Good to see you. 212 by CH. Went to Macy's, tried some fragrances, made a review for them. Some controversial, some interesting takes. Noted. Not anytime soon. To be determined. Because 90 out of 100 times I don't wear anything to the gym. Because trust me, there's enough people overdoing their fragrance at the gym to wear it for both of us. Because I give my skin a break at the gym. Because I sweat my ass off at the gym. I train so damn intense. My training is very intense. And whatever I would wear would project like crazy at this point. And I wouldn't even really notice it. There's no enjoyment for me because I'm in such a zone. So like I don't even bother. I give myself a break because I always have stuff on my skin. So I kind of just give myself a break these days when it comes to the gym. Noted. Hey, you like what you like. And that's most people. I'm one of the few in the crowd that likes that fragrance. But I do agree it's still one of the worst releases of the year. But I do think it's pretty good. Don't have one because I don't own anything from the brand. Well, I'm trying to articulate it the best I can. It's kind of a tough description, but that's kind of the barometer that I set for myself where I'm judging on a little animalic, very animalic, when it refers to leather accords specifically. Yeah, Ultra Male or 9 p.m. Most of the time it's 9 p.m. and Eros. A lot more than you would think. Clubbing fragrances specifically. All good. All good. I have to check it out on my preferred exclusive. Yeah, exclusive. Speaking of animalic, that's more of an animalic funky oud and castoreum. I've heard people say it smells like shit. I think it smells very regal. I've got like 20 ml left of a 30 ml decant that EJ made for me. May he rest in peace. It's phenomenal. I wore it to Christmas a few years ago. I don't wear it often. It's rare. It's a very special fragrance. Not something to wear all the time. Definitely not. That's why I don't have a bottle. When he decanted me, I'll never finish. I like it. Right there. I'm wearing it today. Excellent choice. Citrus and mint. Beautiful. Ooh. Okay. That's top 5 Mancera for me. So that legitimately, the way the spice comes across, it's almost like the carbonation for the cherry Coke. It's a powdery tonka bean as it dries down, but it's very zesty, spicy cherry at the top with that cola accord. Monster performer, compliment magnet in the times I've worn it. I don't think I've worn it and not got a compliment for somebody other than my wife. That's amazing. I love me some Tonka Cola. That's a great. And I was a WCW junkie as well. But Tonka Cola is phenomenal. Parody to Sin's Valhalla. I haven't tried that one. A magnificent mango tropical scent. Now I need to try it. Like the brand. I would encourage you to try Adonis Awakens from Argos. It's pricey. It's one of the most masculine, rose-heavy fragrances I've ever smelled. That's what comes to mind immediately. A little bit. That's fair. Good. That whole line's good though. Hey man, she's gonna steal that bottle from you. Get ready. She's gonna steal that from you. It's unisex. It's not super masculine or super feminine. Ooh, found out when I sprayed them both on at Sephora. Tea fragrances, try Eau de Cedre. Noted. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a really good take on Bleu de Chanel, more like the EDT than the EDP, but pretty close. A little bit more on the ginger than actual Bleu de Chanel EDT, but it's a good take. I would not take it over Missoni Parfum, though. That's a closer profile. It's a little smokier. It's a closer profile to Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. I would personally recommend Missoni Parfum over it, but Bleu de Chanel, I mean, not Bleu de Chanel, Club de Nuit Iconic does perform better, and it's very important to a lot of people. So because of that, it balances out to where that one's probably better. But if you look in profile specific, for me, it'd be Missoni Parfum. Quaz, good to see you flexing with French Riviera. 2 more days before our power is restored. Well, hell, man, 2 days can't pass quick enough. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm damn sure going to try it. What a name, right? Cherry Cherry. Dilly, good to see you, sir. Easily Mind Games Double Attack. Orange bitters and dark chocolate. And I am not much for chocolate fragrances, but that is too good to deny. And see, I want to say, but that doesn't need to be more intense, but intense red tobacco is not stronger than red tobacco. It's better. I think it's red tobacco privé. I think it's better. Makes me not even want to bother with my bottle of red tobacco. It's so good. But I'd be curious to see what they do with it. Now, Intense Cedrat Boisé, that is Intense Cedrat Boisé. They started off hot with the first one. I think before they would ever do that, they would do something like Oud Lemon Mint because it's so popular. They go after their popular ones first, basically, because Cedrat Boisé and Red Tobacco are the 2 most popular fragrances. That's the 2 they did Intenses on first. So Oud Lemon Mint's up there with the popularity from them. So I would think Oud Lemon Mint. If we were to get a third one, probably that one. So that would be interesting to see. Talk about a gem to find. Yeah, hell yeah. I still haven't tried it, so I don't know. I've heard great things, though. Barry, good to see you, sir. We're getting close to the holidays. We anticipate the sales to start at the discounters probably right after Halloween. The month of November is going to be sale after sale after sale. You're going to see everybody making their little 48-hour flash sale Joma Shop videos and shit. They're going to keep emailing me to do it. I'm going to keep not fucking doing it because they don't understand what no, I don't want to support you means. I mean, more power to them. They're lucky I bought this damn fragrance from them. Went against my how I feel. They did good too. It only took them a week to ship it. I was proud of them. They did good. Yeah, but you'll be seeing a lot of those. You'll be seeing Perfume Box, Fragrance Buy. They have a sale coming. I don't have the details yet. I'll have the details in the next few days, but they'll have a sale this month. They got a big sale. And I quote, just read you a portion. Anniversary sale this month, going to be a big one, is what was said to me by my rep. I'll keep you posted. So I'll have details soon. So I'll be doing a video on their big anniversary sale, which I'm sure will be towards the end of the month around Halloween. But Fragrance Buy's got a big ass sale apparently coming towards the end of the month. So they're going to have one this month. And again, I'm sure Joma Shop will be doing some 48-hour sales, and Max Aroma is probably going to be doing some. Holiday shopping starts earlier and earlier every year. So I would say probably second half of this month, honestly, based on Fragrance Buy having something big. But it's their anniversary, so that's different. It's not a holiday sale. It's for their anniversary. So I don't know. We'll see. Not the same fragrance, because that's boozy. That's full of cognac and tobacco, loads of heliotrope. That's more of a tobacco fragrance than a cola fragrance. It doesn't even have cherry in it. So people immediately, even when Tonka Cola initially got announced, we saw notes, and I was like, oh, it's kind of like a stripped down Enigma. It's not. There's little similarity, but not that much. Enigma's better. And I love Tonka Cola, but Enigma's better. I would not take Tonka Cola over Creation E Parfum Cologne. Especially for the money. It's 30-something bucks. Vu Elegante. Shout outs to Gems. Cinede Coastal Breeze. Great choice. Pacific Chill Clone. I've never tried Vu Elegante. You'd have to ask Hidden Gems. I'm not sure exactly where. It definitely was. Sandman was stone cold. Yeah, he basically was. Greenlee or Sedley? Probably Sedley. I think year-round versatility, Sedley's the better fragrance. Greenlee's really good, but I'm very much a creature of habit and very situational and seasonal, and I think Greenlee's ideal for the spring, whereas I think Sedley's ideal year-round. So I think that's better. Exactly. Caught that, huh? I prefer the Absolute, but not everybody's tried the Absolute. That's one of my favorite designers released this year. It's definitely going to be in the top 10. You've been waiting 2 months for Burlington 1819 from Joma Shop. At what time? At what point do you email them, go fuck yourself, give me my money back? At what point do you do that? Maybe not as aggressive as I would be, but 2 months and you haven't said, give me my money back yet? Buddy, how much cheaper were they than everybody else? $15? Fuck the $15. Go buy it somewhere else. That's wild. That is wild, man. I haven't tried their two newest ones. Oud Extraordinaire, Justin seemed a little disappointed in from our conversation. And I forgot the name of the new one. Love something. AJ was wearing it yesterday in the chat. I haven't looked into their two newest ones, so I don't know. I haven't heard nothing. Far as I know, I'm not getting them. So they're not sending them to me or anything. So I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll try them, but I haven't heard promising things thus far. Nothing. Nothing comes to mind. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Greenlee Hater. It's the one fragrance and 40 knots. And 40 knots? Why you had to throw 40 knots in there? You could just shit on Greenlee. You ain't got to shit on 40 knots too. I'd rather you shit on Greenlee. May Dikembe Mutombo rest in peace. What a bad week. A lot of legendary humans have died this week. John Atlas died today too. That's crazy. What a bad week. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, get Venba. Yeah, spend the $15-20 more and get Venba. Parlon Water Splash. Indeed. Indeed. You have a great evening as well. We're about to shut it down here, man. We did a little over an hour. Let's hang out for a little bit longer. Tommy Bahama set sail St. Bart's. It's margarita. It's lime. It's tequila, salt. It's known as a Virgin Island water alternative. Some people like to say clone. No. Virgin Island water is pina colada. St. Bart's is a margarita. Literally, that's the only fragrance I've ever smelled that smells straight up like a freaking margarita. Yep. From Javoy. Okay, noted. Profondo 2024. Do you find it's a little bit fresher than the old version? I find it's a little bit fresher. I have both. No slander of Vu Elegante in the chat. Really? I get no baby powder. Might be a skin chemistry thing. You never know. Never tried it. Yeah, I get my money back. Fuck them. 2 months? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about with them. Shame on them, man. With you. Rest in peace, Pete Rose. That's another one we lost this week. What a bad week. What a bad week. You hate it. Ass muncher. What a fucking name. All right, then. Thanks for show everybody your cards here. Nothing's up for a secret, huh? Yeah, rest in peace to the legends we lost. But yeah, hey, man, I like Coral Fantasy. Red apple, spicy red apple, a little earthy, some Ambroxan. Even though they don't list it, I get Ambroxan. 40 knots, definitely catching strays. It's catching direct shots now that I addressed it. Shit. You're not even being funny now, Austin. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of legendary humans, so I'm saying, what a bad week. Y'all keep rattling off the names. This is all the people that have died this week. Crazy. Yeah, they sure did. They did not let that man get into the Hall of Fame. I hope they don't do this shit to Barry Bonds. I'm sorry. Barry Bonds deserves the Hall of Fame. Y'all talk about steroid use all you want. Without it, he was still a Hall of Fame player. When he was a normal size human, he was still one of the greatest hitters of all time and a Golden Glove winner, multi-time All-Star. He had won MVPs already. Before he swole up, he was already a Hall of Famer. He already had a Hall of Fame career. Barry Bonds needs to be in that Hall of Fame. If they only let one of them in from the steroid era, it needs to be Barry Bonds. They need to get off their high horse. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time. I'll die on that hill. With or without the steroids. Before the steroids, he was one of the greatest of all time and has the accolades and the stats for it too. Anyways, it's a travesty. It's a travesty. I'm right there with you, Austin. I relate to Greenlee and Pacific Chill. 4 hours. Citrus open and scrub. Super clean and fresh. Yeah, John Amos. It's crazy. Yeah, it happened today. Literally today. Yeah, go check out Austin. He's got a couple videos out now. Why Imperial, great choice. Roger Clemens, yeah, he was a legend before that too. Yeah, that was today. That was today he passed away, I believe. Oh, no shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, a lot of people this week. Caught the guy, but he sold it for fentanyl already. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. The thing I wanted to tell you yesterday that guys like that deserve is to get pistol whipped. I held back from saying that yesterday. I'm going to say it today. You should get pistol whipped. That's some bitch shit. Stealing people's packages and then turn around and sell it for drugs. Dick. Butt of the gun right on the head. That bitch like that deserves. Ass whooping's not good enough. Sorry, man. I'm terribly sorry. That sucks. Joma Shop sales aren't really sales. Point out numerous times. I never even go look, so I don't even know. They ask me about doing it with it, and they send me emails. I never reply. Ever since I told that rep what I think of them, when they're like, "Oh, this would be great info to share with the brand," and I told them what I think of them. I thought I'd never hear from them again. I get emails all the time. They run in a sale for me to do a video. No, fuck you. No. The same fragrances are cheaper elsewhere, and people mention their sales. Why I never mention the shipping time? That's exactly why I don't want to do anything with them, because it's ridiculous. How can I tell you should buy from this place when I don't want to fucking buy from them? That's why I don't tell you guys to go buy from there. And not everybody goes through that. But because I do, I ain't putting my stamp of approval behind them. And I just bought this damn fragrance from them. I still can't believe I did that. I just really wanted to grab it. Nobody else had it in stock at the time. And they actually shipped it in a decent time, which never happens for me. But yeah, that shipping time stuff, because it's such a crapshoot. And I think it's like a 70% chance you're going to get screwed on shipping time too. Some people have great success with them, but more times than not. You trolling, mister. You trolling. Bullshit. Don't stop the cap. You stop the cap. What? Bullshit. You gonna sit here and tell me Pete Rose is better than Bear? Moving on. Yeah. They are. They are. The baseball writers are the worst. Yep. Yep. He was hitting against some of the greatest pitchers of all time, too. Just tearing them down. It was unbelievable. The most clickbait title. That's that. It happens sometimes, man. Triumph of Bacchus, great choice. Am I crazy? Smelling cucumber in Creed Silver Mountain water? Not really. I don't get it, but that doesn't mean you're crazy. It's just what you get from it. Yes, I have a video on it. It smells like buttery cookies and milk. I agree, but not that sweet, extremely. I think it's pretty sweet. It smells like wedding cake to me. I say it in the video. It's supposed to be some sort of cookie, but it smells like wedding cake to me. Could be good for Christmas Eve. Yeah, I agree. Exactly, sir. Favorite winter fragrance right now in terms of vanilla scents? First thing that came to mind is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. As far as designers, it's unmatched for the price range, for $50. So I'm gonna go with that. Incense, amber, and Broxton. A lot of vanilla. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Hype's justified on that one, I think. We had that a couple of years ago, Astros. We had that a couple of years ago. When I was in Texas, 2018, when the Astros won, it was Braves Astros. I think, was that Braves Astros? Or was it the next World Series they were in? I think it was the next World Series they were in when the Braves won. Yeah, it wasn't that World Series. It was a different World Series. But same thing with when the Saints, if the Saints were to play the Ravens in the Super Bowl, I'm going with the Saints. You know what I mean? Because I'm home team. Because for me, technically, the Astros are the home team, even though I grew up watching the Braves and the Astros. I'm a fan of both. I'd take the Astros. Lies, sir. Lies. Stop it, Dutch. Stop it. Where's the Red Sox fans talking shit now? Just because you gave me $10, I'm not even gonna pin you, Super Chat. I see it on YouTube. You gave me $10 for nothing, Mr. Grease. Hey man, bitch shit deserves stuff like that sometimes. I love it here, man. I love it here. Raise the price for sale, ends up $1 cheaper than the competitors. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Voyage looks for plus. I doubt it. I typically hate and stuff like that, unless it's playful joking around like me and Mr. aka Mr. Hot Grease, the Pete Rose fan, are doing right now. Aside from stuff like that, you know, that's just good natured joking around. Stocks and bonds better than Pete Rose. I mean, Dutch is on my side here. RXL speaking the truth for once. Damn, Rick. Oh, Rick, play nice. I know that's gonna trigger you, Kalen. Don't you get Rick started. 2 a.m. in my country. As soon as I saw the notification, I jumped in. Well, we're glad to have you for a little bit, man. Thanks for coming and hanging with us for a bit. Be here Thursday. Christian has to be around the corner from me somewhere. Well, Dallas. Depends on if you live around Dallas. It wouldn't affect them with the trucks. It is a good point. Good point. That's fair. Ferguson's no Angels either. Big head Barry, better than Pete Rose all day. That head did get huge. And help him put bat to ball. He could. That's what I'm saying. He's one of the greatest hitters. He's the greatest hitter. He is. There's not one of. He's the greatest hitter in baseball history. And he was on pace to be that before. He had already won batting titles, MVPs, Golden Gloves for his fielding, all those things. He was already the man prior. Right? You must pay. Peck Bell Park on Barry Bonds Day. If he pinch hit, the entire stadium knew he was going to hit a home run, and he did. Even his foul sounded like thunder. That's what I'm saying, man. Barry Bonds, that was a show. Just watching Barry Bonds play baseball was such a show, man. 1 million, that's good stuff. The Orchid Fours and the Fear Fours are the next two for me. And then when November rolls around, the Blacktail 14s. And then we got the Legend Blue 11s. The Blueberry 12s, believe it or not. I'm digging those. It's just the cherries with blue instead. Same exact color blocking. Black liner on the inside. Same shoe. Just a royal blue. Bright royal blue, too. Fair. I'm going to pin it anyway. You did give a super chat. Out of respect, I'm going to, even though I disagree, I can't believe a fellow Louisianian has the nerve. May Pete Rose rest in peace. But Pete Rose, sir, your soul, you were not better than Barry Bonds at baseball. I'll die on that hill. Let's go Mets. There you go. Never tried that one. I've never tried that. It's like, I'm not going to pin you shit. Shout outs to the Ravens. That's my AFC team. Always has been. Big Ray Lewis fan. And Ed Reed. E.D. Reed, boy. Best safety you ever seen, boy. Good to see you, Marty. For the longest time, I would say 1 Million Parfum, but probably Triumph of Bacchus. It's my favorite tobacco fragrance. It's my favorite boozy fragrance. It's my favorite boozy tobacco fragrance. It's perfect for the season. It's phenomenal. It is that good. So I'm saying, I think Mr. Hot Grease is messing with me. He might be serious, but I don't know. I have a feeling he's fucking with me. I have a feeling. No worries. Aqua Joe, absolutely, you are smelling great. George does a great job. So I text him. I texted him this morning, and he didn't reply. Like 3 hours had passed, and he hadn't replied yet. So it was 2 hours. 2 hours had passed. So I texted him, I remember when you used to love me. You would respond to me on occasion. It's fucking with him. That's the kind of stupid shit we say to each other. He said, you're funny. I'm putting ingredient stickers on 4,000 bottles with a vomit emoji. So that's what George was doing today. Putting a shit ton. So just to let you know, George touches everything. He's putting all those stickers on there with the ingredients. I was like, I remember when you used to love me. You used to respond to me on occasion. That's my Georgie. He was here yesterday. For those of you that weren't here yesterday, he came and jump on for a bit. Damn. Sorry to hear that. There you go. I know, man. I know. It's crazy. Fatboyfragrance.com, Decant House, Scent Split, Decant X. There's tons of places, man. Nobody's hating on Pete Rose. I just think Barry Bonds is a better baseball player. Hope your fragrance lasts 2 minutes after spraying it on. For some people, they'd swear it does. 30 minutes and it's gone, bro. You know, I had the one the other day tell me about 5-minute fragrances. I said, I promise you have never owned a 5-minute fragrance. But yeah, nobody's hating on Pete Rose. We just all agree Barry Bonds is a better baseball player than Pete Rose. Griffey. Oh, that's the sweetest swing of all time. Ken Griffey Jr., no doubt about that. Barry's mechanics were as fluid as the steroids. Didn't help him, to be honest. He already had a perfect swing and massive power. I agree. His mechanics were perfect. He's the greatest hitter of all time. Even if he would have never got them home run records or got on steroids, it's because of his mechanics and the way he swung the bat and his eye for the ball. He's the greatest hitter of all time. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was dealing with a lot of pitchers that were enhanced. Definitely Invictus itself. If we're talking Invictus's profile, Invictus. The original is the way to go. Seriously. Jonathan, good to see you, sir. City Rhythm, St. John, United States Virgin Islands. What a monster fragrance stuff. All his stuff strong, though. Beautiful tropical fragrance, though. Stirring up the wrong pot. I love his hot. I love Rick's hot takes, too. That's what I'm saying. You know who you talking to. You're going to trigger Rick, and he's going to fucking make a video about you. Rick, don't make a video about him. He's just playing. He's just playing. Right now, I would hope both of you are laughing. Nolan Ryan, Z-Man's favorite pitcher. His kid, his arm was a cannon. Yeah, for sure. Picked up a few. One More Signature is phenomenal. That's a great fall fragrance. Speaking of Nolan Express. Got Fallen Leaf. That's a great one. This stuff is fire. Can't wait to hit. So you won. That was one of the giveaways Michael Dinsmore did, right? Yes. I think that's the most versatile fragrance George has for his house releases. I keep getting this phlegm in my throat. I'm sorry about that, guys, but I keep clearing my throat. I think Royale X is a real signature. I think it's more of a versatile signature scent than actual signature pour homme is. Citrus, blonde, woods, clean, musk. It's very versatile. Very, very versatile. For fall and winter, I'd have to say tobacco and black rose probably. Because rosé I wear year round. I don't pigeonhole that to a season. I wear that in summer. But yeah, tobacco definitely for fall, and then black rose for fall and winter because it's heavy, very spicy. La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum is the favorite in this household. The Boz has arrived. Good to see you, Boz. Hey, he's got loads of good fragrances, man. Out of 18 categories, Bonds has better numbers than Rose in 11 of them, and I think Rose only beats him in at-bats and games played. He also has a World Series MVP, but that's pretty much hands down Bonds. Yeah, if you want to go statistically, it's not even close. But then just the eye test on top of that, even if you take the statistics out and you just think of games times you've watched him play, just the eye test, he's just the most natural at his sport. I mean, the stats are really the deciding factor here, but the eye test, man. Anytime you'd watch Barry Bonds, which more games than not was a dominating performance, he's the most walked batter of all time because people are scared to death of him. He's just so good at hitting the baseball. And then, like I said, especially 2/3 of his career, he's one of the greatest outfielders to play the game. He's probably top 30 all time in the outfield with all his Golden Gloves. Then you mix in he's the greatest hitter of all time, greatest player of all time. Accolades, trophies, all of that. Speaking of Christian, big hello to you as well, wearing Sharon's veil. New release coming soon. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. We were just talking about you. Your ears must be burning. It's funny that you say that. So I would encourage you to please be patient with me. Next Thursday, me and Justin will be here talking about autumn season social event fragrances. That is exactly what our live stream topic is next Thursday. So please be patient with me and tune in next Thursday here on this channel at the same time. Me and Justin are going to have some picks from each. We're going to really expand on that exact topic. Yeah, for sure. Doing well, sir. I'm sure you're talking to Joel since the previous comment was for Joel, but if you're talking to me too, I'm doing well, Boz. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Boy, that was a good stretch between when he passed and the funeral, huh? It was like 2 weeks. Damn. I thought y'all had the funeral already. Man, I'm so sorry for your loss, man. I hope we've been able to provide some escape in these live streams here lately for you, plus all the cool giveaways you've been winning. It's really good. Nitro White's a lot of people's favorite from that line. Red's my favorite. I think White's number 2 for me. I hate UPS. I'm like that with FedEx. Good to see you from Barbados. Question for you and your experience. Go Nose Blonde, Dolce & Gabbana. I'm assuming you mean light blue, intense. Yes, very much so. That's one that's highly synthetic, ultra concentrated, very rich and salty, amberwood dominant, loads of synthetics. Very easy to go nose blind too. The Bash Brothers, yeah. Fred McGriff. Oh, now we're talking. Ryan Klesko had a decent swing. David Justice. We're going to talk mid-90s Braves now. We can talk mid-90s Braves. I'm an Andrew Jones guy. Most people would say Chipper Jones. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Larry Chipper Jones. But I was a big Andrew Jones fan in the 90s and early 2000s. When I started playing fantasy baseball, he was still playing in the 2000s. I had him on my team a few years, Andrew Jones. Chipper was still playing too. But yeah, oh yeah, we can talk some 90s Braves now. Noted. He was. He always would have 25 to 35 home runs. He was super consistent. One of the best first basemen of the 90s, that's for sure. How about the crime dog? Will Clark and that gorgeous swing. I had a family out of the country, so we did a graveside service. He was already buried. Okay, just the actual funeral was last Saturday. When you said last Saturday, I was thinking about the Saturday that just passed. Nebula Star from Mint. I sure appreciate that $1.99 super chat. Rod Carew. Okay, now we're really going back. From Chicago, Illinois. From George. From Chicago, Illinois in the office. Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Steve Avery. Some Steve Avery action. He never gets mentioned. They had a hell of a lineup. Their starting pitching lineup in like 93 to 97 was outrageous. outrageous. Like that's one of the greatest starting 3 rotations of all time. Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, and Greg Maddux. Oh my God. What a trio. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'll definitely get it fast. George ships quick. He usually does 2-day shipping. Night Vision EDP, it is a bit nutty. Indeed, it's a bit nutty. Count you out, Boz. Well, we're about to shut it down anyways. Babe Ruth's iconic for a reason. I wouldn't say he's better than Barry Bonds, though. No worries, my man. We're shutting it down right here now. We just had an hour and a half. We were doing some baseball talk of all things. That's something we don't do often on here. I sure appreciate you guys coming hang with me and talk a little shit for a bit. We won't be live tomorrow. I have a lot going on tomorrow. But for those of you craving a live stream, George Zaharoff will be live with Dedrick Hicks Jr. on Dedrick's channel tomorrow evening. I believe 6 Central. Dedrick usually goes live around either 6 Eastern or 7 Eastern. So it's either going to be 6 Central or 5 Central. So tune in for that. Make sure you subscribe to Dedrick Hicks Jr., my main man. And should be a great time. Go show some love over there. And I appreciate all the super chats. Mr. Grease, may Pete Rose rest in peace. I'm not throwing salt on that man's name. I'm not throwing salt on his game either. Man deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. May he rest in peace. May all the legendary human beings that passed this week rest in peace. We lost a lot of good ones this week. It's weird. Older we get, the more we start losing people, right? But Barry Bonds, greatest baseball player of all time. I said it. Y'all have a good one. Catch you on the next one. Make sure to like the stream before you leave. Peace out.